In this lesson, we will create a simple data entry form in C# Windows Form application, and after creating the particular form, we'll enter some data, and those data will be added to a data grid. Later on, we'll pass on those data to another form to show the data on the second form. So we'll exercise two things. One is simple data entry, adding data to a particular grid on a single form, and then the passing the value of variables to another form. So second thing, we can tell that it is a parameter passing between forms. So to exercise this particular lesson, we have to go to Visual Studio IDE, that is listed under Start Menu Programs. Go to the Visual Studio 2008. I have this particular installed, a particular version installed. You can choose any other version like 2010, 12 or anything else. Okay, so after going here, click on the new, select project. The project type will be Windows Form application. Choose the name, as data entry. You can give any name you want to give. And choose the directory. If you click on this particular option, it will create a new folder for you. So this particular folder will be listed under C users, username and desktop. Okay. It will create a blank form for you. To change the particular property of a form, you have to click the form and press F4, or you can visit the particular Solution Explorer and the properties window from here. If the properties window is not being shown, you can go to view and select the properties window. Okay, so I want to change the form logical name as form data entry. This is the name of the object. Here in .NET everything is an object, so particular form is an object, and name of the particular object is form data entry. There should not be any gap here. If you put gap, then it will say property value is not valid. So you should not put any gap between the strings. Okay, if this particular name change will not put any effect on this particular form title. Okay, so to change the title of the particular form, here we need to modify the text property data entry form. This will change the name of the particular form, title of the particular form, I beg your pardon. Here I'll create a simple form by inserting couple of controls. Here the first control I am using is the label. and second control I am using a text box. Again I am taking another set of label and text box. Okay, now I'll change the display name of the particular label. For that we need to go to the properties. First we will change the label logical name, label name, then change the text property as we have done for the form. Here it has changed the name, the text property of the particular label, and the second one for the mobile number. We'll put two field here, one is name and another is mobile number. Here we are also changing the logical property of the text box name, text box name, and text box mobile, and then we'll insert another control, that is button. Okay, and change the property of the button submit, change the label of the button as submit. Now I can put some hotkey here. If I put ampersand before U, it will be a hotkey for the U. So if I click on button, the work it is happening here, same thing will work if I put the key combination of Alt U. Okay, let's check, run the particular form. First it will say build succeed. Now if I click here, the click will happen, and alternately if I put Alt, let's check that the U is underlined here, so it is activating the hotkey. Now unless and until I put some method here, we cannot examine how it is actually working. So inside the submit button I'll put a message box. Message box dot show. It is the message box is the object and it is show is the method. Now run the particular application. Here if I click submit, it will say you have clicked on submit button. Alternatively if I press Alt U, it will also show the particular message. Now my main idea was to create a particular data entry kind of application and add those summary to a data grid. Okay, for that we'll insert one data grid to our form. Data grid will come from this particular control, data grid view. The content of the data grid will be from the data we are giving as input from this particular form itself. So we'll insert some value here in the name field and mobile number field, and then we'll click submit, and those data will be adding as a row in the particular data grid. Okay, so first of all we are need to create a blank data table. That data table will be used as a data source of this particular data grid. For this we'll go here, data, we'll create a new instance of a data table. Now go to the form load property. New data column. We have two column value here, name and mobile number, so it will be like this. This is the column header of the particular data grid. Okay, this will be the structure of the particular data table. We'll bind this data table to the data grid. Okay, now to do this we need to go to the submit button click method. We'll add the data from the text box. Okay, if I do like this, and what it will do, it will try to add a new row with only one field, but here the structure of the particular data table is two column structure, but here we are adding only one column data, so every row will have only single column, so it will not work. So for that we have to do change the structure of the particular data table rows and do like this. Now go to the data grid properties. Here name we need to change to give a familiarized name for our purpose. Data entry summary. Intentionally I have given a long name for a good understanding purpose. This is the name of the data grid dot data source is equal to dt. Okay, so this will add the particular data table as a source for this particular data grid. Now before that, and I will put a message box before adding the data to the data grid. So after entering the particular data, I'll click submit button. It will enter the particular data as a row to the data grid. Now check whether I am wrong or right. Give a name like this. Submit button. Here we have already entered one new row in a data grid. Now enter another row. Click on Alt U. Another row is added to the data grid. So we are successfully able to create a new data table, a hollow data table, then add some data to the data table here and attach the particular data table to the data grid. So the first part is already covered. Now we will pass some value as a parameter to a new form which is there in our application. Okay, so click on the project, right click on the project, right click on the project name is data entry application, which is the same name of the solution, which has the same name of the solution, and add new item. Here we will select Windows form. It will create a new form in our application. This is the form 2. the form 2. Now we'll pass some value as a parameter to this particular form. Here we'll give two label in this particular form. Both the label property will be changed like this: logical name, label name, and label mobile. So what I'll do, I will pass those data entered in the first form. Here click the submit. First it will show the data in the data grid, then it will show the second form. It will and disappear the first form, show the data in the second form as name and mobile number, so that we can understand that we can pass some value from one form to another. Okay, so for this go to the form 2, change the name of the form as form summary. Here, and title as summary. Change the text property as summary. Now go to form 1. Okay, after clicking the particular submit button, go to the particular method. Here put another message box that will give you a finalize message box, so that we can understand the new form is being loaded. Data entered will be loaded, will be shown in new form. Data entered here will be shown in a new form. Okay, now we'll create a new object, a object of the second form in our project. That is the, what is the name of the second form? This is the name of the second form is summary form. Okay, so the form summary name, go to the first form code window, form summary, fs new form summary. Okay, now in the form 2, go to the code window, create two variable, to public variable, public string name, initialize with a blank string, public string mobile, initialize with the blank string here. Okay, now go to the form 1 code window. Here this particular form object has the two public variable, that is name is equal to, here text box name dot txt space dot mobile text box mobile dot txt. That is how we'll access those public variable declared in the second form. Now here in the second form, the first row, first set of data, now the first set of data entered here will be shown in the new form, because it is not a grid, it will only show the data in the scalar format, that is the name and mobile, only one set of name and mobile. Okay, now the first form will be vanished, these dots visible is equal to false, and the new form will be shown, face dot show. Okay, this will we are done with the first form coding in the first form. Now go to the second form. In the load property, the label name dot txt will show your name, label mobile, so the data coming from the first form will be assigned to this public variable here, name and mobile, and those public variable data will be assigned to this private control like label name and label mobile. Now run this particular application, enter some data here, this particular data will be entered in a data grid and it will be shown in the new form. Okay, so we are done with the first lesson. I hope we'll gather some information about how to create a Windows form application, and later on give a detailed idea of some complex form application, so that you can have more idea about how form application in C# is working. Thank you.